Hello and welcome to Red Alert Radio. I am one of your hosts, Macy, joined by Evan and Jed. This podcast will cover all things robotics, from competitions to everyday team activities. Our main topic of today's episode is our first time in robotics. But first, a random question.
If you could change your hair, what would you change it? Like, what would you, like, anything insane?
Change it?
Yeah.
Oh, I would change it to not be red, first of all.
Hey!
Oh my
Hey.
God.
It's
targeted.
No, I would change it to be blue, because I think that I would look like a...
You want to be ninja?
Yeah, I'd look like a ninja. Epic.
I don't know what I change it to. It's kind of a weird question, because you're kind of used to it.
Yeah, but, like, if you could change it in, like, any weird way, just, like, for a day, what
I'd
would you
change it
do?
to red so I could look like Markiplier.
Okay. Well, ever since I changed my hair, it's always been a topic in robotics. Speaking of robotics, since I joined this year, I don't know when you joined, Jed. When did you join?
I joined 3 years ago. It was pretty fun to
So-
join an FTC because
Was it FC? What grade were you in?
I was in 8th grade. It was very interesting to join like an FTC because you learn stuff about robotics, and then you just kind of go from there. You just learn more and more stuff, especially with like meeting people and meeting mentors. Because for our team, we have the pipeline, right?
Yeah.
So we have FLL, and then that goes up to FTC, and that goes up to FRC.
Yeah.
So that's really nice for our teams because we can have mentor experiences that you can have in FTC, and then you can carry those relationships on to FRC.
What does FTC stand for? I've never asked.
It's First Tech Challenge.
And we're First Robotics Challenge?
Yes. So First Tech Challenge, First Robotics Challenge, and then FLL is First
Lego
League.
First Lego League, is that what it stands for? Evan, when did you join?
I joined 8th grade as well, and yeah, it was pretty fun. I did mostly programming that year, but I really liked the programming in FTC. I got up to FRC, I was like, I don't like programming at all, so I quit programming, and I just started doing like maths and assembly stuff, and I just liked doing that. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just joined this year, so it's kind of hard to be like, oh, I fit in right here, because I thought I'd be more interested in, like, the specs side of things and, like, doing coding.
That is programming.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, programming sides of things, coding, stuff like that, because I'm taking a coding class this year, and I took an engineering class last year. But, like, I don't know, the more and more I look at it, it definitely is challenging, like, just watching them do it, not even me doing it, not to, like, downplay any other side of our team, but, like, I think specs might be one of the hardest, because it's just, like, it's a lot of stuff. Like, you
so
have
much
to
stuff.
know. There's so many rules of it. It's, like, it's kind of hard to find where
It's hard.
It
So-
still is, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
I went out the other day, and I was hanging out with the Mats people, and I was like, I like this a lot, but I also like doing things with ops, like the podcast. Like, I enjoy doing this, and this is partially an ops thing. But, like, I also liked being out there by the mill and, like, working with other people, watching the CNC and everything like that.
See, I like doing maths. I don't love doing design or engineering. But I think I kind of discovered, like, through that, I'm like, I don't know if, because for the longest time I thought I wanted to be an engineer, and now I kind of look at it, I'm like, I don't know if I want to be an engineer.
Right. Well, there's
Because-
so many different fields of it,
Yeah.
too.
And there's the thing, it's like, first doesn't just have to be, like, robotics doesn't have to just have to be, oh, I want to be an engineer, that's why.
Yes.
Yeah.
You learn so
There's
many
so many
skills.
different sides.
You learn, like, communication. You
Marketing.
learn teamwork. You learn deadlines. You learn everything. Like, it's not just for people who want to be an engineer. And I
No.
think that took me a while to realize.
There's so much graphic
Because I wanted to
design in
put
it.
myself in this box of, I want to be an engineer. But now I think about it, I'm like, I don't really
That's what my mom
love the
wanted me to
design
join.
part. I just love the assembly part.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
mom
Putting
wanted me
stuff
to join
together,
last
making
year,
stuff.
and was like, yeah, because you were, like, interested in, like, coding stuff. And I'm like, not that much I, like, really know, but, like, came in here and I was like, I was under the assumption that I had to know exactly what I was doing and all this stuff. It's like, no, like, there are people there who will teach you how to do things.
Yeah.
And, yeah. But I kind of joined because, like, my mom wanted me to do robotics because I was kind of interested in that field. And I think it really helped me, and I think, like, I stayed, like, and I have been here for so far, like, kickoff and everything, just because, I don't know, the people are really what add to it. Like if you don't enjoy your team, I don't think you're gonna enjoy robotics.
Yeah.
Because if you really enjoy your team and spending time with them, you're gonna want to stay. Even if you're like, I don't want to do this one thing. But if you're like with a good team of people who you enjoy being around, it makes it so much easier and so much more bearable to work with.
That's what's so great about it. It's like, it's not like any other sport, because I don't think any other sport has teams like this. They don't have teams that everybody wants to build everybody else up. There's nothing like that.
No.
Because in sports, I felt like when I was doing sports, and I did sports for about 8 years, like I tried basketball, football, baseball. I tried soccer, but I was just there for the Gushers because my mom wouldn't buy me Gushers. But I tried all those sports, and they were just too competitive. Everybody was trying to be better than everybody. And then I got to robotics, and nobody was really like that. Nobody was trying to one-up each other and how much they knew.
Yeah, when you were saying at Worlds, though, it's like they went over on the overhead thing, they were like, this team needs this. Like, so many different people would run to go, because it's such a helpful community.
Everybody just wants to help each other. Nobody's like,
because we're working towards the same goal. Basically.
Yeah, you just want to better the world, and that's kind of how you're doing it, is you're learning how to do that. That's what we all want to do. We just want to learn. We're not here to, like, obviously we want to win matches. You want to win regionals. You want to win state championship. You want to win, whatever. But at the end of the day, that's not why you're in robot. You're not there to win the state. You're not there to win worlds. You're there to learn. Like, that's what's so different about everything else. Every other sport, you're there to win. But here, you're there to learn, and if you win along the way, that's just more learning. Well, and even if you lose, that's way more learning than if you're winning.
Oh, yeah. And it's another thing, too, is to be like I know there's a lot of sports where it's like, oh, put your game face on, but it's like, you don't really have to do that here because, like, there's not really, like, a game face because you're, like, supposed to be yourself the whole time. Yeah. Like, you're enjoying what you're doing, and if you have friends on the other team, you're allowed to, like, talk to them, be chill with them, and, like, you'll cheer for other teams. Like,
I don't leave my house, so I don't do that. But
yeah.
But there's teams, like, we have good alliances with, or we'll, like, cheer for them. Even if we're going against them, we're still supportive of them.
And competitions are amazing because you bring all of your experiences from, like, just working with your team with you, and it's just kind of amplified with competitions because everyone there is, like, almost a member of your team because everyone's, like, friendly with you.
Yeah.
Even though, like, if they might be on another alliance, they're still being helpful, and if you need something, they'll still provide it for you.
Yes.
And it's not just if you need something, if you're on a similar alliance and you guys have the same autonomous. I've had people that will, like, be like, in FTC, this happened to me. We had a similar autonomous to another team, and they just were like, we can just shut off our autonomous so they won't collide. And we're like, that would be great. And they did that.
So sweet.
Like, it's just people are willing to work towards a similar goal to be able to just learn more.
No, but, like, and like you were saying, the competitions were really fun, and that's part of the thing that made me want to stay is, like, we were sitting there, the first competition I went to was Boiler Bot Battle, and, like, we were sitting there, and there were, like, other teams that would be coming on, and we were all like, oh, we have to, like, get up and cheer for them, even though it wasn't us, like, we got up and cheered for them because they were like, oh, they helped us out at Worlds, or, like, we helped them out at Worlds. Or stuff like that.
We have alum as a mentor on their team or whatever.
Yeah, no. Like, it was so cool because it was a very friendly, and, like, I was like, oh, this is, like, a cool, it's competitive at some points, but it's not, like, a constant competitive, and even when you are being competitive, you're still being compassionate.
Yeah, there was points, there were really low lows at competitions last year. We got last at state. I never really felt like we were failures. Like, I never, like, in other sports, if you're last, like, you're getting yelled at. Like, you're
completely, yes.
Your butt chewed out. But, like, here, like, yeah, we got last. But, like, we were able to, first of all, we went to Worlds on a different award, so it didn't really matter. And we had found out before state. But even at state, we never felt like we weren't good enough. Like, we never felt like that. Because, I mean, we were just, it's never too competitive. Like, it's competitive at times.
And, like, I feel like you could say that about a lot of sports, too, is, like, because with FIRST, they're like, it's more than just building a robot. And I feel like a lot of people would say that it's like, oh, it's more than just, like, football. But I don't think you never feel it in other sports.
Yeah,
you
like,
don't.
No.
The community
I never
isn't
felt
as strong.
like we did anything. When I played basketball for 6 years. I never felt like we did anything but basketball when I was
I never hung out with the people who I played volleyball with, like, outside of volleyball.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew them in school, and, like, I was kind of friends with some of them, but, like, a lot of the time, I didn't end up, like, going out to dinner with them, or, like, like having a group chat with them or talking to them like on the daily, seeing them around in school and being like, that's my friend. But like I do that a lot more here where like I'll go out to breakfast with people or we'll hang out at somebody's house and scare Jed and he spills all of his popcorn everywhere because
I'm
it's
still
Lily's
finding
fault.
popcorn. I'm still finding popcorn.
But yeah, like stuff like that. It's like I feel like it's such a stronger community because it's just a lot of it is the people.
No one's trying to be better than anybody. And that's what's so great about it. And
Mentors
also you have
are always
everybody
good at that
doing
too.
their own part. I mean, yeah, sometimes you're going to feel like you don't have much to do. And that's just kind of, if your sub-team is not doing anything right now, yeah, it can suck. But at the end of the day, you're still trying to help other people. Like, you're helping ops, and you're helping, you're helping so much stuff. So it's not just, it's great.
And I think a lot of it too is like a lot of what makes the people is like the mentors is like they do a lot of pushing the point of it being like we're all part of the same team. Like we're not gonna hate anybody else on our team because like they are on our team. I think another difficult part of that is being able to put yourself out there to find the field you feel comfortable in, especially if you don't know people on your team. That can be really hard to be like, I want to be on this team or I want to be on that team and not have somebody you know, or if you do have somebody you know and they're on a different team, that can be hard too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the mentors really make the people a lot better because they do a good job of pushing to it. It's like it's not just robotics. Like it's not just a robot. Like we're connected with our community and we have a lot of other things we do. We do outreach events, everything like that. It's not just about our robot. It's about helping other people, making it a better community and a better place. Yeah. I think I would dye my hair purple or blue to circle back to that question.
I would dye my hair red because
You said
Markiplier.
blue.
You said you didn't want to dye it red.
No, I said I would.
Oh yeah, you did say red because of Markiplier. Jed, give me at least an answer of like a haircut. Like, would you do like
hair color?
A mohawk?
No, I would feel like
I do a rainbow mohawk. That's what I do.
It's such a. I don't know. Honestly.
An afro, a perm. You gonna do a perm?
No.
I want to see you with a perm now. Can we curl Jed's hair? I think we should curl Jed's hair. So catch us next episode where we talk about the sub teams of Red Alert Robotics and curl Jed's hair.